Morning, and we're in part 5, I believe it is, of my product launch formula. So I'm taking you through a live product launch. So the first episode I was mapping out the plan. The second episode I spoke to you about how I came up with the hook or the angle. The third episode I went through the sales letter. The fourth episode I went through the finalized version of the sales letter. And in this episode I'm going to go through the Facebook ad that I have written, and maybe I'll even play the video as well. Okay, so let me read off the copy for the ad. Okay, by the way, if you haven't listened to this series, go back and start from the first episode in the series, which is episode 232, and then listen all the way through because they go in chronological order. So that being said, let's read off the Facebook ad, and then we'll play the video that I've got to go with the Facebook ad. Okay, dear coaches, would you like qualified appointments in your calendar today? This is exactly what my clients have been able to achieve with my Facebook application ads system. Specifically, they've set up the system, launched the system, and generated appointments from the system on the very same day. How, you ask? It's simple. The system is so quick to get going. The system is so quick to get going because there's a typo there. Because there's no tech setup at all. No funnel, no landing pages, no automations. Just one specific type of ad that takes about 1 hour to get set up and launch. And as mentioned, if you launch today, you can have qualified bookings within a few hours. Within a few hours from now. But probably the best part, my clients have been able to generate a good 5 to 10 appointments from the system every week with their for their coaching business. Would you like to, if you'd like to know more about how it works, click here now. Okay, so that's the copy for the post. And then the headline is, I'm just going to go, I like to start with really simple headlines of like just the offer, right? So, how I get appointments with Facebook. So is how I get appointments. This is where you like got to test with like Facebook, right? Because sometimes it can get cut off with the headline. You really want it to show on the you want it to show on the ad on mobile view, because that's where most of your traffic is going to come from. So the way I'm reading it now, it says this is what it looks like on mobile. How to get appointments with Facebook application, and it cuts application off at the O at the end. So that could get a response, enough to get someone to click through. If I could cut that down to get appointments with Facebook application ads. That fits in. So that's one. So get appointments with Facebook application ads. I would like it to be like how we get appointments or how I get appointments with Facebook. But again, it's get appointments today. Let's see if that fits. Get appointments today with Facebook application. I'm gonna leave it, and even though it kind of cuts it off, it's enough. I think intrigue. I've noticed with ads before of like if it cuts off just enough for people to get kind of like the general gist of. Again, a headline is just meant for them really to read the opening line of the text. And I think, again, based on experience, that even though it cuts it off a little bit, it should work. So get appointments today with Facebook application ads. So the ads part is cut off. Anyway, if that should be enough to get them to read the opening, which is, would you like qualified appointments in your calendar today? So that's the text, and then here is the ad, and then I'm going to update the link here. All right, now here is the ad. So I'll play the video and turn the volume up. You can hear what I've done. So basically, what I like to do with when I do a video ad is basically say exactly. A good place to start is just say what you've said in the text. Literally turn your text into a video. So what I've done is that it's very similar to what I've said in the ad. It's just kind of reworded, as you will hear. Okay, so let's play the video.
Hey, this is Luke Charlton here, and if you are a coach that would like qualified appointments in your calendar extremely quickly, then I want to share with you a very unique way that I've been helping my agency clients, who are all coaches, to generate appointments extremely quickly. I call them Facebook application ads. And in a nutshell, they're a very specific type of ad that doesn't require you to have any tech set up whatsoever. You don't need any landing pages, you don't need to install any pixels, you don't need any funnel at all, no automations. This is a very specific type of ad that you create within Facebook, and it allows you to have prospects applying to work with you. Okay. Now, if you are interested in learning more about how you can use the system to literally start booking appointments today, so you can get it set up today.
Notice how, as I said in the previous videos, I'm repeating that same promise, right? That Gene Schwartz tip of saying the same promise, just rewording it, coming back to it, because it builds strength, it rebuilds the desire, reminds them why they're here, and builds credibility the more that you repeat it.
Turn on the campaign today and generate appointments the very same day that you launch them. That's what my clients have been able to achieve, and then get clients for them, for their business, not long after that as well. So if you're interested to learn more about how Facebook application ads work to bring in appointments extremely quickly, all you have to do is click here. I've got a sale on my Facebook application ads bootcamp. But if you click here, read through the post or the letter on the next page, so you know exactly what the Facebook applications ads system does, how it works, and also what you get in the bootcamp as well. Okay, so click here to learn more and grab the Facebook application ads bootcamp.
All right, so that's the end. Again, you can see I'm basically saying what I said in the copy, just saying it slightly differently. So instead of, like, I think I opened the video, I opened the copy with like the text with, would you like qualified appointments in your calendar today? In the video I said, would you like them in your calendar very fast or something? So I'm just, again, saying the same thing, basically saying what I said, and then at the end I'm very clear as exactly what I want them to do. So that's the first ad that I'm wanting to get launched. So just get appointments today with Facebook application ads, just to see how the offer works. Now there's a couple of different variations that I want to test with this. So I'm going to set this at $100 per day. I'm just going to spend $100 and just see what the link click-through rate is. If it's above 1%, then I know that it's an offer that's going to be resonating, which is great, which is exactly what I want. Again, that's just a general, sometimes, you know, offers can work well if it's under 1%. Just giving you a general guideline for most markets. Actually, B2C markets should be higher than that. This is B2B, I guess. So anyway, that's one angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this whole campaign. Actually, before I do, I always like to double check that I've got everything set up. So the custom conversions set up. All the targeting is good. Actually, I don't have any targeting for my ads. It's literally like, it's just anyone that's male or female between 18 and 65. And I've said this before, because your targeting is not done through the targeting section, it's done through your message. Okay, and my pixel has been trained so much, it knows that I want to put my ads in front of coaches. So that's in the beginning, when you have a new ad account, yes, you want to have some targeting in there to kind of guide the algorithm and the pixel. But once you have some data on your pixel, it'll know who you're trying to advertise to, and you end up really not even really needing any targeting at all. So anyway, yeah, so I'm just double checking. Okay, got the video, got the copy in here, got the headlines all good, got the right button on the ad. Okay, and the website URL is all good. Yep, it's all set up. Okay, cool. So now that I know that that's set up, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit review and publish. So I'm going to publish that one. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to duplicate that campaign, and I'm going to use the exact same video, but I'm going to try a different headline. Okay, now the headline that I really like in here is so there's a couple. There's coaches get appointments for $67, or 10 appointments per week for $67 question mark. So what that means is, like, you know, buy my program and I'll show you how to get up to 10 appointments per week. And I framed it like a question. Okay, so and there's another thing, get appointments without a funnel. Don't really. But yeah, 10 appointments per week for $67, question mark. Coaches, get appointments for $67. I might try 10 appointments per week, $67. So anyway, so let's do, I'm going to rename the headline. So I rename the campaign, I'll just say headline 2. By the way, it's good practice with you want to name the campaign so you can see. So for example, the campaign that I just launched, I've named it a particular way so I know what it is, what the campaign is, right? So I know it's a cold campaign, it's for the Facebook Ads Bootcamp. I know it's optimized for a custom conversion. I know the targeting is just open, and it's ad 1, image 1, headline 1. So that's the first campaign. And then this one is named exactly the same way, but it's ad 1, image 1, headline 2, right? So now I know this is the headline 2 campaign that I'm testing. So it's good to, and this is what I teach in my programs. You want to name your campaign, so when you go to look at your data, you know, oh, that's that campaign and this is this campaign where I've got the different headline or whatever. Okay, so let me come here. I'm going to come in, and there's only one. I've only got like one ad set and one video to test. Okay, so I don't have multiple ads inside the ad set. Okay, so the headline is 10 appointments per week for $67. I'm just going to capitalize per week. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put coaches, right? So I want to call, if you can fit the demographic in the headline, it's very important because it will call out, you know, but the problem with that is if I say coaches, 10 appointments per week for $67, it cuts off the $67 part, which is the main part. So I'm going to remove coaches, and I'm just going to have the headline 10 appointments per week for $67. Like, again, because that's the price of my program. Now, dear coaches, so this is where I might want to, and I might do this outside this podcast because I don't want the people watching just watching me staring at a screen. I could literally just leave the copy like this, but it would be a little bit weird if you know, if the headline says 10 appointments for $67 and then in the copy I don't actually reference why it's $67, right? So I could say something like, dear coaches, would you like to get qualified appointments in your calendar for just $67 instead of today? So I might even say that. So for just $67. But again, I'm not sure if I would say that because the actual system requires you to spend money on ads. I might instead, I don't know how I would word it, but I don't want people to get confused that it's only $67 to get the system set up. I want them to be clear that you're running ads. So at the end of the copy, I might say something like, you know, and by the way, I've got a sale on my boot camp for, you know, for $67 or something. So I probably will try and reference it in the actual copy. I'm going to leave the video the same. But I'm going to reference it in the copy, I would say. I have to have a little bit of a think about that. And then again, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm creating an ad that's coming from a completely different angle. Because I know that what gets the response in a campaign is the offer, right? So if I can frame the offer from a totally different angle, I'm going to get a different response. Is that response going to be better? I don't know. We have to wait and see what the data says. Actually, I just did this over the last couple of days, launched a new client campaign, advertising a lead magnet, and it was just getting really expensive cost per clicks, like $10, $11, $7. The click-through rate was like 0.3%, 0.5%, so really low. It wasn't resonating. And what I was doing, each day I would wake up, I'll check the campaigns, and I would, okay, that's not working. I would duplicate it, and I would change the headline, until now this morning, I've got an angle that works. Okay, so I'll give you an example. This is a really key learning point. I was actually going to turn this into a whole episode, but seeing as I'm talking about it now, so just for some context, this client, he helps HVAC businesses like air conditioning and heating businesses, and we're advertising a lead magnet that basically says, hey, free HVAC sales scripts. Okay, and it starts with, what's the easiest way to increase sales for an HVAC business? My HVAC phone sales scripts. Inside, you will discover 4 key sales scripts to increase sales today. They include my on-hold message script. Yes, you can increase sales while you're on hold. My receptionist price sales script. My receptionist repair sales script. My receptionist reactivation sales script for reactivating customers. Blah blah blah. Anyway, the point is that one launched didn't work well. So then I launched it again with a different headline. Free HVAC sales scripts to boost sales today. So it's kind of like very similar to the other one. I just kind of, I wanted to communicate a bit more clearly that's about boosting sales. I also changed the image because I didn't like the image on the first one. And that one did a little bit better, but not great. Then the next iteration of this ad, again, I'm only spending like 30 or 40 bucks on these tests. I'm stopping the campaign. I'm trying a completely different angle, right? So the next one was free sales scripts for HVAC businesses. Right, so what I was doing with this one, I just wanted to make sure, like, I wanted to call out the HVAC business. This one test wasn't actually necessarily about a whole different angle. This is more about making sure that I'm calling out HVAC businesses and eliminating that variable. So I said, attention HVAC businesses, would you like me to help you increase sales for free? Then grab my HVAC phone sales script. It still didn't work. And then I thought, okay, let me come at this from a completely different angle. And one of the really cool things inside his lead magnet is he shows HVAC businesses how to reactivate old customers. And again, I know a big thing with HVAC businesses is they want more leads, right? They want more customers. So what it is, I took that little bullet and I made that the headline of the ad. Okay, so the new ad, which is working well, getting the best cost per click, is and the best click-through rate is, let me show you here. The headline is free customers for HVAC businesses. That's the headline. So it's totally different, nothing to do with sales scripts, right? Dear HVAC businesses, can I help you generate customers for your business for free? If so, you'll want to grab my free download called HVAC Phone Sales Scripts. Inside, you'll discover my reactivation sales script. This is a simple script you or your receptionist can use to call up old customers and turn them into new customers. Along with that, you will find 3 more sales scripts to help you immediately start increasing sales today. To get these scripts, so notice I didn't even go into the other ones. I just said you get 3 more scripts. The point is I took out like what I think was the most enticing script and I led with that, and that's getting a better response. So I'm basically changing the offer without having to redo all the funnel or anything like that, or change the opt-in page. Okay, so anyway, the point is, coming back to my campaign, what I'm trying to do is the same. If it's a very similar thing, is I'm trying to test a completely different angle for my campaigns to see if the offer responds, again, because I know that they'll get generally they'll get very different responses. And because generally when an offer isn't converting, like you just haven't really found the right angle, the right way of communicating why your system or your product or your program is valuable. So this is another way of just coming at it from another angle, communicating the value from a different angle, and seeing how it responds, because that will get you it's like the 20% that gets 80% of the results. Is the 80-20. It's not like changing little words here and there. It's completely coming at the offer from a totally different angle. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and finish that ad, and I'll update you on the results. So hopefully it converts. If not, well, again, it's not a big deal. Like I haven't spent a lot of time, putting the content together or anything like that. Anyway, we'll see how it goes, and I'll keep you up to date. Cheers. Oh, by the way, I didn't press stop, which is good, because I have a call to action. If you want help getting more clients, right? If you want help turning paid advertising into high-paying coaching clients, all you have to do is go to apply.lukecharlton.com, apply.lukecharlton.com, and we'll have a conversation just to see if we can help in the first instance, okay? And then if we can, then we'll invite you through to a second call and map out a complete game plan to show you how we're going to help you bring in consistent clients every month, like clockwork, using paid advertising. So go to apply.lukecharlton.com, and I'll see you in the next episode. See you then.